In the world of criminal justice, a single mistake can dismantle a lifetime of investigation. This is the story of the one rule that determines whether a conviction stands or falls, the chain of custody. We begin at the intersection of truth and tragedy, where every second matters, and the entire fate of a trial hangs in the balance. A high-stakes crime scene. The air is thick with tension. Investigators move with precision, knowing they are working against the clock. And then, they find it. A single, minuscule piece of evidence, a witness to the crime. This object is priceless, but its value is temporary, because the truth it carries can be erased, contaminated, or disputed within the next 24 hours. The life of the case starts right now. This is where the chain of custody begins. It's the invisible thread connecting the evidence from the scene to the lab and finally to the courtroom. Break that thread, and the case collapses. Now, let's go behind the scenes and follow the evidence. This is the precise, meticulous procedure that safeguards justice. From this point on, the evidence is no longer just an object. It is a data point, moving through a heavily monitored system. First, collection. The evidence is photographed, measured, described, and placed in a tamper-proof container. A unique identifier is assigned, and the very first signature is logged, recording the precise time and location of collection. The evidence is then transferred. Each handoff requires a signature, the receiving officer confirming receipt. It moves to secure, climate-controlled storage, locked away until needed. If it moves, it's logged. When analysis is required, the evidence is signed out by the forensic scientist. They only receive what is necessary, and every minute it is outside the vault, they are the accountable custodian. Testing complete, it is signed back in. But what happens when the procedure fails? In the high-stakes theater of the courtroom, an honest mistake can become the ultimate undoing. We are now in trial. Weeks of testimony, years of investigation, all focused on this one critical piece of evidence being presented to the jury. The defense lawyer approaches the stand, holding the evidence log. He points to a single line, a blank space where a signature should be. A 20-minute gap between Officer Smith and the lab technician. The chain of custody is broken. The judge, bound by law, must rule. The evidence is inadmissible. The defense has demonstrated reasonable doubt as to its integrity. In the eyes of the law, if the chain is broken, the evidence might as well be contaminated. It's a risk too great to take. Justice is compromised, all because of one missing signature. The stakes are too high to rely on paper and pen alone. We are in the modern age of forensics. Let's look at how the chain of custody is evolving. The focus has shifted from mere compliance to ironclad integrity. Every step must be redundant, verifiable, and instant. A masterclass in custody means treating evidence as fragile data. Always use tamper-evident seals, ensure 24/7 restricted access, and conduct immediate, documented handoffs. Integrity is non-negotiable. The future is digital, using RFID tags for location tracking and blockchain to create an immutable ledger of every movement. This is the unbreakable link made permanent. The chain of custody is more than a rule. It is the physical representation of integrity in the judicial system. Protect the evidence, protect the truth, and uphold the foundation of justice.